Hello everyone, I'm Trina. I'm a level 2 QHHT practitioner, clinical hypnotherapist, regression therapist. I'm also spiritual medium and intuitive. So this is my very first public post. So today for me, and hopefully I can inspire others, it's about facing your fear. So just a little bit about myself I'd really love to share with you. I had a large operation a few years ago. I had a kidney transplant after 11 years on dialysis, and just one of the side effects from that is lots of steroids and lots of medication, and I've gained loads of weight. So that's my objective at the moment. I'm going through just really focused, changing my mindset and being really healthy, and just lots of support, just connecting really with myself and what matters to myself. So it's a hard post for me to make to you today, but it's an honest one, and hopefully I'm going to resonate with some of you out there. So today is about facing my fears. First post, here we go. So I'm a level 2 practitioner. I was really drawn to QHHT, Dolores Cannon's techniques, Dolores Cannon method, because it kind of combines every aspect of my personality. It combines the spiritual side of me. It combines me working with spirit and working with worlds that we don't see every day, that we don't see with our visual eyes. It allows me to connect to that deep part of myself where I feel that I'm healing and helping other people, and at the same time healing and helping myself. But then I'm also quite logical, clinical minded. I have a degree in science. And it's always quite difficult to weigh up those two things. So I was very much drawn to hypnosis, very much drawn to clinical hypnotherapy. It just never quite hit the spot, never quite felt right. And then I was drawn to Dolores Cannon after reading one of her books, Convoluted Universe, and I was hooked. So even though she can be a bit out there and a little bit crazy for my limiting mind sometimes, wow, it just blew my mind. So I did the level 1, and then I proceeded to do level 2 with Julia Cannon, Suzanne Spooner. I've never looked back. It's absolutely amazing. I love QHHT. I'm so passionate about it. I really am. It's so transformational. I've had so many amazing cool sessions and ongoing sessions, which I'm going to talk to you about in another post. But today I really felt drawn and felt drawn to sharing with you today one of a client I had recently called Sue. And Sue's a little camera shy like myself, so I'm going to read out her experience and how she shared it for you. So Sue's post was on September the 10th, and she posted it on my Facebook page, my website. It's called Urban Soul. Sue, without getting too personal, Sue's absolutely incredible lady, incredible woman, who is somewhat limited in her environment on her beliefs and how she was, the culture and the situation she was raised in. And every time Sue kind of came off her path, something happened. Every time she came off her path from helping other people, she'd be physically hurt, quite frankly. So she was in an awful lot of pain, and she came to me for pain management. She just wanted it gone, and she had a lot of questions for her higher self, and she wanted to know if it was time that she came off the pain medication. Now obviously it's not up to me to advise that. I'm not a doctor, I can't advise in any way. So we said, let's do a QHHT session, let's see where we go from there. So this is her short brief story, if you will. So Sue says, my QHHT experience. I came across Dolores Cannon on YouTube about 6 weeks ago and was immediately drawn to her work, as a lot of us are. I spent hours watching her lectures and reading 7 of her books. I started to research QHHT and knew, and she says, you know when you know, absolutely, that I needed to arrange an appointment. I contacted the trainers of QHHT, and they suggested I look at the list and find 3 to 4 therapists near me and write to them. Then I would find out who I made a connection with. So I found Trina through the QHHT website, that's me, QHHTofficial.com. And after contacting her, I knew she was the right person for me. We connected very quickly and arranged the appointment. Can I just interject there that actually I felt a really strong connection with Sue as well. I quite often refer other people on if I kind of tune in and meditate for a little bit, and I ask my spirit guides Is this right for them? Is QHHT right for them at this time? And if I get a no, I do tend to reply back and say, I just don't feel I'm the person for you at this time. But I did feel a very strong connection with Sue. Anyway, to continue, she says, 8 years ago, I fell off a ladder, which caused injuries and complications to my health, leading to me having to use a wheelchair. Having read Julia Cannon's book regarding injuries, Soul Speak, I knew that my body was screaming at me and I wasn't listening. It can be hard to get clarity, so my session was aimed at me getting answers regarding these matters, among others. I won't go into all the details as this would be an essay, but during the session I definitely got the clarity I was looking for, and I noticed a big difference in my pain levels straight after, and I've continued to do so ever since. My doctor was amazed at how I've been able to reduce my medication so much. I've been on minimal medication since the session and noticed a real shift in my way of thinking. It's been clear, and I hear my SC talking to me and guiding me much more than I ever did before. I still have a ways to go, but I know that I'm beginning of a whole new and exciting chapter in my life. Not only did I get answers for myself, but also answers for a wider audience, which Trina will share with you at a later date. It can be a lonely experience when you go through this, because we often find that very few understand the changes that happen within us, and we expand our mind beyond the teachings and cultural influences surrounding these matters. Trina was welcoming, thoughtful, open and compassionate throughout, and keeps in touch regularly even after the session. She continues to encourage me and to help me progress on the new journey even after the session is over, aside from the fact that she has no obligation to do so. There is real kindness and love that comes from Trina, and she extended QHHT community that comes with it, which is hard to find these days. If you come across QHHT, Dolores Cannon, or simply found out about QHHT through word of mouth, YouTube, Twitter, etc., then maybe it is time for you to consider why. Is your SC trying to tell you something? Maybe you're looking for help and guidance in this complicated and painful world we live in. Research the subject and those involved and see whether this might be the right path for you to help you find answers to what you're thinking. I can certainly recommend and look forward to further involvement with QHHT. Feel free to ask any questions you might have, which is Big Purple Love Heart. So, yeah, wow, isn't that lovely? There's a really honest, heartfelt story of Sue and her QHHT session, and really incredible that she's willing to share it with everyone. And incredible, like absolutely incredible, how one session has opened up her mind, opened up her psychic ability. She now realizes her path, her goal, and exactly what she wants to achieve. She's extremely determined, well-read, a very clever, inspiring lady, and absolutely, I've no doubt she's going to achieve that. So why QHHT? Why would people do QHHT? Like, the method is absolutely fantastic, it really is. Up until recently, I had 100% success rate because the method is what it is, tried and tested by Dolores Cannon herself. Until recently, I started coming across shifts where people they don't go to a past life, they don't go to a future life, they're going straight into access, subconscious and higher self information. I'll be honest, I was absolutely freaked out for a while. People came to me for past life experience and they weren't getting it, and it was ruining my 100% success rate. So I had to meditate really hard and I had to start questioning and asking, what's going on here? And I realized I'd lost my trust in the person, in their subconscious, in the system, in the universe. I'd lost my trust. But it's not for me or for the person to decide if they need a past life or a future life. They will be guided exactly where they need to go. They will receive answers from their higher self, should you choose it, and your subconscious mind. And how can I express that passion I have for this? You will receive answers from your higher self, for yourself. Like, how amazing is that? You won't need to go to anyone else for questions and advice. You won't need readings. You won't need soul guidance. You won't need soul alignment. You won't need anything. All the answers will be there for you to hear from you directly. And after that, I have noticed a trend that it's enlightening and opening up everyone's natural psychic ability that we're all born with, where you can connect so deeply in with that information. So I could literally go on forever. So I'm going to save some bits for the next connection that I have with you guys. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for sharing this experience, Sue, and for all of you as well. And yeah, join me for the next one. Until then, lots of love, support, and healing going your way. I'm Trina. Thank you.